Welcome to the Engineering, Emotions, and Energy Podcast. I am your host, Justin Wink, coming to you live from the hot tub in my backyard. Why am I in my hot tub? Two reasons. Number one, I love being in a hot tub. It is one of my greatest pleasures in the world. It's something that, one of the few things I probably have, really fond memories spending time with my dad. We would go on vacation to a timeshare just outside of San Diego, close to where the Del Mar Fair, which in my opinion is the greatest county fair that I've ever been to and probably ever will be. I'm not that much into fairs anymore. And one of the great things there was to go hot tub, meet people, get to know others, hear stories, tell stories, congregate. So from that early age of hot tubbing, I just became a big fan of the hot tub and the community aspect of it. So happy to be here in my hot tub and welcome you virtually into this tub and this community on the Engineering, Emotions, and Energy Podcast. So that's number one, welcome. The second reason is I'm doing something a little different. So I wanted to do things a little bit differently. I have officially launched the Emotions Engineering company, where this podcast is going to be broadcasting from going forward. And also, one of the big things, the purpose of forming this company is to help put the passion and the purpose back in the lives of tech workers throughout the world. And the first way we're doing that is through meditation. So I've had experience with meditation since it's probably, I got into it after starting grad school, which I started in 2004, and I got super depressed in grad school. So one of those eventually ended up on prescription antidepressants, and I was like, I don't want this to be a forever thing. And I was like, okay, I'll go with that, do the therapy, do the medication. I don't want this to be forever. And I got into meditation. First, I tried it on my own, getting some CDs through the mail, and that was number one, hard because I basically was kind of on my own with that. Then I went to a meditation center, did the old Google meditation, and you might be thinking like I am, well, hey, Justin, the meditation's either one, it's expensive. So if you ever looked up like transcendental meditation, which Howard Stern is really big into, right? It's a big one-time fee, and then you're good. But the initial investment was pretty rough. Or it's going to be a big investment in time, right? Like, I'm going to have to go somewhere. I'm going to have to spend a lot of time. I'm going to have to go up in the Himalayas, which I'm saying all these things are good. All these things are great. What I found over my it's probably 15 plus years of experience through meditation, different forms of meditation, is that the most important thing is that meditation it's not something else. And the most important thing with meditation is a little bit every day is way better than a lot over a little bit of time. It's effectively like training your mind. So same as you would train your body, you can't just go spend an entire weekend in the gym and go from a slob to heartthrob, right? You gotta wake up at least 3 days a week, go get your shoes, get your reps in. Same thing with working your mind, because mind training really is sort of the best way to look at it, because you're working with your mind in a vacuum and getting it ready for those events that you're not exactly sure what's going to come up, when it's going to come up. You just know that life's going to come at you and it's going to have some challenges. And if your mind is trained and flexible and ready, you're going to handle it. Doesn't mean shit's not going to happen. It just means you are ready for shit when it comes your way. And I've tried lots of techniques. A lot of times people think, well, Justin, I think too much. My mind is I'm never going to be able to stop my thoughts. That is not meditating. There ends up being some moments where you notice the absence of thought. That is not the point of meditation itself. Really, one of the big points of meditation is your relationship to your thoughts, your relationship to your emotions. One of the great meditation masters that had a chance to learn from has called it, it's basically time to make friends with yourself. So you're making friends with your thoughts, making friends with your feelings. You're not being combative. You're not trying to like bat it away like, fucking thought, get out of here, you son of a bitch. It's like, oh, hey, that's interesting. Basically, you want to treat your thoughts like your relatives at Thanksgiving dinner. If you get into it too much, you're gonna have a bang out, blowout fight, and it's never going away. But if you just kind of go, that's nice, Uncle Jim. That's okay. All right, I think Grandma, that's cool. Yeah, they probably are putting that in the water, and 5G is probably causing that. I don't know. Sure, yeah, It usually just kind of works its way out, and then you'll get a little quiet, and then something will come up. And what's really cool about meditating is that you really don't need a whole lot to get started. So you don't need a lot of time up front. You don't need a lot of money up front. And you really don't need to try to fight against yourself to go against your nature. It really, in a lot of ways, is about letting your inner nature be able to come out, and you're trying to figure out what you really want to do and not get sucked into these thoughts that you probably didn't decide that you wanted to think these thoughts anyway. Like, I mean, do you really want the latest, greatest shoes? Do you really want the latest, greatest purse? Do you really want to get a house that's going to keep you in this job that maybe isn't working for you? Like, a lot of these things, we're doing what we've been told we want to do, and meditation is kind of a way of stepping out of that matrix, seeing the big picture and going, where does this thought even come from? Why do I feel this way? There's literally nothing else going on. So I've launched e-motionsengineering.com, and if you go there, there's a link to free meditation. And I call it the perfect life meditation because it's guided. So again, if you're brand new to meditation, you're not all off on your own where you're trying to do something for 20 minutes that you have no experience with. It takes you through every step and gets you in the right state. In fact, there's 7 steps, but because I'm an engineer coding type at heart, I start with a step 0, of course, where we get you in the right state. Then we go in and you will get to work on compassion, followed by gratitude, then forgiveness. Then you get to work on your future identity. Who do you want to be in the next 2 to 3 years? Then we plan out your perfect day, end with a bit of a blessing or a wish. And then lastly, because it really is not helpful to be a good meditator only when you're meditating, you want to be able to take this state, this calm, this gratitude, all of these great things that you've cultivated in your seat. You want to be able to take that out in the real world. So we end this perfect life meditation with some open-eyed meditation, a very powerful technique that allows you to bridge from the meditation state by yourself to the rest of the world, where you're going to have your eyes open and you're going to have some more distractions, more to work with. So it really takes you through everything. It takes less than 20 minutes. And I'm really excited to get it out there and have people try it out. So I call it the perfect life meditation. 1, because that's what you're working on. 2, I'm learning marketing stuff. So I'm not good at marketing, but I feel like I got to get something out there. So I'm going to be trying stuff out, seeing how it works. And I think I was telling my wife I was going to give this away, and she's like, you could sell this thing. I'm like, I know I could. That's why I put, hey, it's, I'm giving it away for free. Otherwise I'd charge for it. But I really want, especially this time when there is so much unsettledness, and it is a great opportunity to really figure out what you want to do with your life. What do you want? Do you want to be in a hot tub, or do you want to be, hiking the mountains, or do you actually have the life you want right now, being able to do what you want from home and not get bothered, not feel bad that you're not going to all the parties? It's okay to be who you want to be and do what you want to do. And meditation is a fantastic way to figure that out. So I'm giving that away, and I'm going to release at least 1 podcast every week. And I'm going to be focusing on each of those steps in the meditation, where we go in depth on what each of these is. And so that you can really figure out how you can get the most of it when you're practicing it. So again, we're Emotions Engineering. Like our page on Facebook, subscribe to the podcast, hit me up, ask me any questions. if you have any issues, if you got anything that you want me to cover, and looking forward to going on this journey and helping you get the most out of meditation and your life. That is all for today. Thank you.